Hi everyone, welcome to United Country Dix Realty Real Estate Talk. I'm Erica Del Sordo, and sitting next to me today is another one of our most favorite people here in Columbia County. It is Kyle Keene, the Columbia County Tax Collector. Welcome.
Hey, welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. I've never been called one of the favorites, but yeah, thank you. Nobody likes the tax collector.
Well, you know what though? You give some of the most important information.
Right.
Just the other day I had Jeff Hampton on. He's
yeah.
the county property appraiser, and so you guys give all the information that really our real estate viewers need.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'm really excited.
And we work hand in hand, me and Jeff. So
Yes, that's perfect. So he had a great show. We're going to have another great show. Tell me though, where you started. How did you get here in Lake City? And just talk to me about your beginnings.
No, absolutely. Well, I was born and raised here. My parents, live here, and graduated from high school, moved off, and graduated from the Florida State University. Go Noles! And then came back, started working in the tax collector's office in 2005 with Ronnie Brannon. He was our tax collector.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And started working in the delinquent tax department. Worked my way up, got promoted to ad valorem tax director. And then Ronnie retired, and then I was elected tax collector in 2021. Have to run again here coming up next year.
Wow.
So I've been in my first term and loved every minute of it. So
you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
That's awesome. So what's new in 2024? What's coming up? We're still in January. I'm excited, for what's happening in Columbia County.
Absolutely. Well, right now in January we're still wrapping up the tax roll from 2023. We'll get ready to do that. Not really any big changes on the landscape for taxes. There's some motor vehicle, some DMV things that are coming through. Right. We have a new software coming in for us. Anyway, it's changes for us, maybe not for the whole county. But it's growing. So we're we're ready for the change. Hopefully,
we are growing.
Yeah, we are
here.
Big time.
We are, yes.
Yeah,
especially as a realtor, I could tell you, we're still busy. A lot of people thought it was going to slow down, and it's very busy. So
no, it's growing, and there's no end in sight right now.
Yeah, I know, which is a good thing. It's a good thing.
Absolutely.
So what is the role of the tax collector's office? Let's give everyone kind of like a little history lesson.
Well, part of our everything is in our name, tax collector. So we collect the property tax, which is one of the largest taxes in the state of Florida. We also handle DMV transactions, so your tags, your titles, your mobile home titles, your car titles, hunting and fishing, driver's license. We took that on about 2010 from the state. We took on driver's license. We do concealed weapon license here, birth certificates. We issue those, and we do. We're an agent for voter registration, motor voter. So we actually do, surprising people, we do about 3,000 motor voter registrations a year.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's a
that's
very successful program.
That's a lot.
It
okay,
is.
Wow.
So when you come in, you can do everything you want, one-stop shop.
Very good. You were saying that you guys get an influx of phone calls.
We do.
All the time, like 300 a day?
We do. We have software that tracks that.
Oh, wow.
And we average anywhere from 250 to 300 phone calls a day. Some days, if it's a busy day, like a day after a holiday, a Monday, or a Friday, we can average almost 500 phone calls.
Do you have one person doing that?
No, we have 22 employees, and we spread it out.
Okay.
So we're busy. We're helping customers in front of us and answering calls on the phone. So
that's awesome.
It's a constant flow.
That's awesome. So, I really like that. So talk to me about, do you get a lot of people who are upset about their delinquent taxes, and talk to me about those? And
yeah, we get that. That's why I started out in the tax collector's office, was in the delinquent tax department. So I am very familiar with the delinquent department there. But it's an unfortunate thing when somebody is struggling to pay their taxes and have issues. It's probably one part of my job I don't like having to do, but it's the law. I have to follow it.
Right.
Is you're looking at somebody that's about to lose their property because they can't pay their taxes, and it does happen. Tax certificates are sold in May every year.
Okay.
And we'll average about 3,000 delinquent properties every year. And we sell about 2,500 certificates, which are liens on people's property. And of course, if those liens aren't paid back, they could lose that property. For it. It's one of the few things you can lose your homestead property for in Florida. So I hate it. We try to work with, people that are struggling to pay their taxes. I can't change the tax rate. I can't change what's due, but we try to help them out any way we can. Because I don't want to see anybody. None of us in government want to see people lose their property.
Right.
It's an unfortunate thing that we have to do. Right. But we work with them all we can.
Right. No, I'm sure that's got to tug at your heartstrings, but it's the law. I understand that you have to.
I'm not going to jail for anybody. So.
So what's the tax sale certificate?
Absolutely. Well, tax sale certificates are liens on the property. So kind of run through the calendar. Taxes come out in November in Florida. You have until March to get them paid. Okay. And then at the end of March, if they're not paid, they are delinquent. And then there's a 3% penalty added on for being late. And then we advertise in the newspaper in May, trying to get everybody one more chance. Hey, look here, your taxes aren't paid. And then in the end of May, we sell a tax certificate. So property taxes help fund the government. Okay. And so the government, when they send in their budgets, they know what kind of tax revenue they're going to get. Mm-hmm. And so tax certificates help collect that unfunded portion of their, the part that they were anticipating getting that they didn't get. I gotcha. And so a tax certificate is simply, like I said earlier, a lien on the property. Mm-hmm. We sell those online to investors worldwide. Got it. And they come in and they bid not on the dollar amount. That doesn't change. That's the tax revenue. Right. It's the interest rate. That they bid on. Okay. And it's a reverse auction. So 18% is the maximum. Wow. 0.25 or zero, really zero, is the lowest. Okay. And it's the lowest one gets it. Wow. Right. So, some people it helps out. 0.25% interest rate. You can't borrow money from the bank that cheap. Right. Right. So hey, that'd be nice. I know, right? So it's some people it does help out. Some people, that's their process. They let the certificate go delinquent and then pay it off later. Do you let people go on payment plans? Well, yeah. Possible? I mean, like I said earlier, I try to do everything I can to help people. This actually in Florida, we have 2 payment plans available. Okay. The best one is called installments. Right. And that is basically you make 4 payments every quarter, June, September, December, and one the next March. So you make 3 in one calendar year. And the March payment in the next calendar. Yeah, right, exactly. Gotcha. But you get discounts on those payments, and you take your tax bill and kind of spreads it out over the year. Okay. That's the best plan we got. Okay. It's installments. The other plan we have is called partial payments, and that starts in November. And like I said earlier, you have to get everything paid by the end of March. You have 5 months. Right. And that plan is really just on you. Wow. It's whatever your taxes are. Right. However you want to do it. You want to give me half in November, half in March? We can do that. Very nice. You want to take that and divide it by 5? It's all on you. The difference is installments, we send you a bill and you get discounts. Partial payments, we're not going to send you a bill and you get no discounts. It's whatever your taxes are due, whatever the grand total is without discounts. Partial payments, that's what you're paying towards. Gotcha. And people take advantage of that. I mean, it's a good program. That's awesome. Somebody don't want to write a $2,000 check at one time, they can bite that up in small sizes. Right. Well, that's helpful. Absolutely. That's absolutely helpful. And both of those require an application in our office. Okay. So they can just stop by anytime. Okay. I like that. Talk to me about Real ID. We were having that discussion. Yes. What is Real ID? Well, Real ID you can blame, if you want to use the term, on the 9/11 terrorists, because most of those had they had fake driver's license. Right. And most of them came from Florida, unfortunately. And so President Bush and the Congress got together and passed the Real ID Act all across the nation. And basically what that program is when you get a driver's license or an ID for the first time, you have to come in and prove who you are. Okay. Basically. So, I mean, you need an original birth certificate, at least know your Social Security number. Okay. And then 2 bills with your home address. Right? Of course, if you have a name change, you've been married or divorced and so forth, we would need a marriage license or divorce decree, or if you just changed your name, a court document for that too. Basically, we got to prove how you were, the name you were born with to now. Right. And what you do is you get a gold star on your driver's license. So you got a gold star. And that makes your Real ID. Hey, that's what that is. That's right. You only have to do that one time in the state. Okay. Right? If you move to Georgia or somewhere else, you got to do it again. But you only do that one time in Florida. Right. And then if you ever move somewhere else differently, You just got to produce address changes. Just 2 bills with your address. We don't need to see your birth certificate, your social security card, all that kind of stuff again.
Okay.
Once you have the Gold Star, then if you move different addresses and you buy a new house, you just bring in your addresses. And that's a federal program. It's not under our control. And if you don't have the Gold Star, starting in 2025, you won't be able to fly. You won't be able to get into government buildings that require IDs.
This is good to know.
Absolutely. It's called the Real ID Act.
Take note.
And that deadline has been extended several times, so it may be extended again. But right now, it's in 2025. For what we've been told, there's no more extensions. Of course, that could change, but
right. Yeah, it seems like that's taken a while. I mean, if you think about it, 9/11 happened in 2001. We're sitting
Correct.
here in 2024, so that's been a while.
Florida's one of the first states to adopt it, and then I think there's 1 or 2 more states that still haven't adopted it yet, and then COVID kind of put a pause on it.
Right.
So that's why we keep getting the extensions on the deadline. But
Right.
it's coming, 2025. Everybody that's got one in our office has it. So
Good. Well,
we've been
yeah,
doing
I
it
hope
for so long. That's right. We've been doing it so long. So
That's too funny. So what can people pay online? I want to talk about how can they pay online. Let's talk about what our residents here can do once they owe some money, they owe stuff to the tax collector's office.
Sure.
What can they pay online? What's your website also?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, the website is ColumbiaTaxCollector.com.
Okay.
So no county. So ColumbiaTaxCollector.com, and we can do most all transactions in some form can be done online.
Okay.
And if you don't want to come and wait in that DMV line like you see on the TVs, which we don't have, but you can do most of your stuff online. You can pay property taxes, can be done online. You can renew your driver's license online. You can, if you need to order a title for your car, you can do that online. Renew your car tags,
Nice.
Online. Hunting and fishing, we can do online. Business tax receipts, being a business owner, you can pay online. Most transactions can be done on our website. And
Right.
so it's a good convenience.
That's good.
It's a good convenience because it's open 24 hours a day.
Right.
So on the weekend you need to renew your car tag and you forgot, you can do it.
It's 2 in the morning and you forgot, get online.
Absolutely. And the good thing about car tags, if you do it online, we get that the next day, the next working day, and we print it out and mail it out right then.
Okay.
So you're not waiting 2 weeks. You do it then, we get it the next day, and we do it.
Right. You guys are very quick. Yes.
Driver's license and car titles, that comes from the state of Florida. So that's going to take a little bit longer.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
All right.
I encourage everybody, go online.
What are some of the challenges that the tax collector's office is facing?
I always kind of say we're a small to medium sized office. We have 22 employees.
Right.
But our county is more getting to medium large.
We're growing.
Right.
Yep.
Size. So we've had about 12 to 17% increase in transactions just since 2019, with no increase in staff. So it's growing. We're trending to do, believe it or not, almost 200,000 individual transactions this year in our office. And so it's a lot. I got every seat's full.
That's a lot.
Yeah, every seat's full. I don't have any more room for people. So it's we work as hard as we can, as fast as we can, but it's just the growth. We're almost at that point where we need to expand a little bit just to be able to handle it.
Right.
I think we're doing a good job now handling it, and my staff works hard, and I wouldn't trade them for the world. I'll put them up against any other tax collectors in this state, how good they are. But it's just getting to that point. You can kind of feel it some days.
Right.
Like, man, walk out there and there's no seats open, people standing in the lobby. That's becoming more the norm, which we don't like. But it's just the number of people we have. It's just
I've
growing.
noticed that. Yep.
It's just getting harder and harder. So.
Absolutely. And again, I've moved here. I've told everyone that before. I've moved here 5 years ago, and so in 5 years I've watched the growth in this town.
Yeah.
So absolutely.
It's good in one aspect, but
it is.
More people takes a little bit more time. So.
This is true.
That's right.
This is true. Do you have anything else that you want to add that's special to the tax collector's office that maybe myself and anyone watching wouldn't know?
Well, I always like to talk about our community involvement. So we do a program, and anybody who has kids in the school system here, the public school, knows it's called Kids Tag Art.
Oh, I like that.
And so it's for elementary art teachers, And so what they do is, we draw. Have you ever read the classes before?
Well, you know what? I did a reading program with the chamber a couple years ago. So yes.
So anytime you go speak in front of a class, they'll write you little thank you letters and that kind of stuff. So we appreciate you coming. So I talk about tags. I show the different specialty tags that we got.
I like that.
And so other tax collectors do the same thing, and they came up with this idea to make that into an art project. So the art kids in the school in the art classes, they draw a tag, specialty tag, and then we produce that for their parents to go on the front of their car, not the back, but on the front. And you can get ornaments and coffee cups and that kind of stuff.
Seen that.
And so we have sponsor logos, and so we actually we raise money for that program, and we've been doing it 9 years now, and I think we've raised over $200,000 for art teachers.
Oh wow!
For their program,
That's
and
a lot.
they love it. Yeah, they love it. Because art, you can buy a textbook, you can use that textbook for a couple of years. Art, you can't undo that modeling clay or erase that color pencil and use it again next year.
Right.
So they're surprised they go through it. So they love the program. We've had some sponsors with us since we started the program 9 years ago. Always looking for more sponsors. So anybody out there that wants to sponsor, ColumbiaTaxClub.com.
I like that.
But we love it. I was a teacher before I started tax clerk's office.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, I taught high school algebra. My wife's a principal at 5 Points. My mom's a retired teacher. So I like education in the school system for sure. But in this program, I enjoy it. Ronnie Brandon brought it back to us.
Good.
Gave it to me when I was working for him, and
good.
I took it off and ran with it with another help of another employee, and it's a great program. So
I really like that.
Yeah, I like to talk about that one.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate you mentioning that. That's a big one.
It is. Yeah.
Wow. Talk to me about what is this PACE that I'm hearing about? Something about PACE.
Oh yeah, well, PACE is PACE, so it's Property Assessed Clean Energy, and it was a good program initially. Started by the legislator 2008, 9, 10, somewhere around there, and the idea of the program was people who may need a new roof or solar panels on their house can get a PACE loan through these companies, and it's no money down. And they can get their house, their roof fixed or solar panels on their house.
Right.
And then they'll pay that back, over 20, 30 years in their property taxes. And so, great idea to help out people who are struggling, may not have enough money to go get a bank loan and that kind of stuff. But what's the saying? Good intentions or whatever paid with.
Right.
It's now that program has ballooned. Now it's roofs, solar panels, hot water heaters, windows. Some places on the beach are trying to do storm walls, seawalls, right?
Yes.
And just like anything, and I'm not lumping all PACE providers into this pot, right?
Right.
But just like anything else, there are bad actors in these programs, and the bad actors are the ones that catch all the attention and all the bad press.
Right.
And they get a little bit of predatory lending is our concern. So PACE, our issue with PACE is PACE come to our county and did a presentation from the board of county commissioners, and our county voted them down. They said, we don't want you here. We've heard bad things, and we don't want you in our county. And I was for that, absolutely. And so one PACE provider in particular said, basically, we don't care what you said, we're going to do it anyway. And so there is a PACE provider out there knocking on people's doors in our community, offering these PACE loans to fix up people's houses, their roofs, air conditioners. That's the two we see here most, is roofs, solar panels, and ACs, right?
Right.
And basically it's a predatory lending. That's what it is. There's no credit check.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they're not going to run your credit to see if you can afford to pay this loan.
Right.
They look at, have you paid your property taxes on time for the last 3 years?
Right.
And do you have any other liens encumbered your property? That's it. And the stories that we're hearing.
I was just going to say, like you said, I mean, this was started as something good for people, to help people. And then you get these people that ruin it for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that is with everything in life, and that's so sad.
Well, there's people out there getting AC units for their house, and these PACE providers are charging $15,000-$20,000 for just a regular simple AC.
Right.
30-year loan at 9% interest, they're going to end up paying $40,000-$50,000 on their taxes.
That's insane.
And the problem, people think about it, oh, it's only $100 a month. I can do that. Well, you got little old granny over here whose tax bill might be $200, and then she goes to get a new roof, and we're adding $2,500 to her tax bill. So now her bill went from $200 to $2,700 to $3,000, and now granny can't pay her taxes, and she's going to lose her home because she put her roof on.
Wow.
So that's the problem, and our county was absolutely right not to allow these people in, but they don't care. They're doing it anyway, and there are several court cases going on throughout the state. Not here, but challenging this company. And last time I looked, they've done about 20 here. So, if you get approached, I would suggest you do some due diligence and talk to some people. And I am not once again lumping all PACE people into this negative pot, but there are bad actors out there, and you need to be careful.
Wow.
100%.
I'm happy that you're telling everyone this way they can look out for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So
wow.
It's not a good program.
Oh my goodness. I'm beside myself when I hear things like this.
It takes
I don't like
advantage
to hear
of people.
Yeah.
They target the elderly and
that's
the
what's sad.
And the low income people, and they just bring you a little tablet and they say, here, sign here, sign here, sign here, sign here, and then you're locked in this contract.
Yep.
And not knowing. I've gotten several phone calls from people that one lady had an escrow, had a mortgage company, right? And I explained to her, I said, well, your escrow company's going to pay your tax bill this year, which is going to be short now because you have that PACE loan, and then they're going to collect that from you plus extra next year. And she's like, I can't afford that. They didn't explain that to me. I'm like, well, I'm sorry.
That's really sad.
It's So she might lose that house now because she can't make her mortgage payment because she put an AC unit in. So it's not good. And the county's ran advertisements in the newspaper.
Wow.
And they're doing a good job fighting it too. But it's a scary program.
Wow.
If not done right, it's a scary program.
Yeah, sounds like it. All right. Moving away from that because it's angering me. That frustrates me.
Yeah.
Moving away from that, though, I was discussing in one of my previous podcasts about how mobile homes up here are a very big thing.
Yes.
We have most people looking for a house, wanting to buy a piece of vacant land because they want to either put an RV or a mobile home on it. So discussing mobile homes very briefly, talk to me about kind of discuss and debunk for everyone retiring a mobile home.
Okay, yeah. Well, mobile homes are big up here in our community, and mobile homes, they're mobile, so they fall under the motor vehicle rules, right? So they have titles, and each half of that mobile home or each section, because it could be quads or whatever. So each section has a title to it, and if you want to make your homestead your property, you have to retire the mobile home. You have to RP it. You have what they call RP sticker, make it real property, RP. And so, mobile homes are taxed 3 ways in Florida. You can do a tangible tax, which means you get like a separate tax bill from your real estate, and that's done through the property appraiser. They add it to the tax roll. You can buy a yearly decal, just like you do for your car tags, right? That's and we use it through our office. And then you do an RP sticker.
Okay.
And an RP sticker means you're going to make that real property, and that mobile home is then attached to the dirt, like your house.
Right.
And then that will allow you to get homestead. And so you do real property applications. They start in the property appraiser's office, and you come down to our office, and then we give you the RP sticker you put up in your window. You also can retire the mobile home titles and then make it just like a house and dirt, mobile home and dirt go together. And to retire that mobile home, one is if me and you are doing the transaction, I'm buying your mobile home and the dirt, then on your deed you would write the legal description of your property together with, and you would put the mobile home information.
Okay.
So that's step 1.
Okay.
And now you have there's a title to that mobile home. And even though you did the deed, now we had to transfer that title from you to me.
Right.
Because now I'll own it now. And then as a new owner, I can come in to our office and retire that title. It's no longer will be a title issued anymore to the mobile home. And there's a couple of steps you have to do. You have to come in our office and then go to the clerk of court's office, record the title, and do a couple other items to prove it, and then we retire it. It's no longer a title for that mobile home.
Wow.
And then that goes from that point forward. Now I own the mobile home and the dirt together.
Right.
I want to sell it to somebody else.
Right.
I give them a deed.
Gotcha.
Put it on there. So,
Gotcha.
But RPN is a great way because you get homestead and retire the title. It helps because homestead is a big saver.
Yes, homestead. Yes.
It helps
Homestead
out.
is a great big help. Yes.
Oh yeah, and that's done through the property appraiser.
There you go. They go hand in hand.
That's right. We work together closely.
I like that. If there's anything else you'd like to add, please let me know.
Well, I was just saying, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I enjoyed my time. We're busy on the phone calls. Somebody will answer eventually. So
They have 22 people in there
yes.
answering the phones. Kyle
Correct.
might pick up himself.
I do. I do on several occasions.
There you go.
But I enjoy it every day. So it's
Good.
It's
That's one of the best things when you
Yes.
enjoy your job. So
something different every day,
Yes.
and it's always fun.
Yes.
And I like talking. I like meeting people, which
like
is kind of
that.
what my job is.
I
So
like that.
it's a good time. So thank you for letting me be your tax collector.
Yes, and thank you. You've given us a lot of information, very good information. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
This is your tax collector, folks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
See you.